Greetings guys, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Odyssey and welcome to the channel. On today's video, I made this Afro house track with some 3-step feel in it so that you guys can learn a little bit of how this 3-step and Afro house are actually made, you know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, without wasting time, I'm gonna play you how the song sounds and then we'll break it down just after. I'm gonna put it somewhere around here. Okay, so I'm going to stop it here so that we can just break it down very simple, fast, and easy, you know. So first things first is the drums. How I made the drums is simple. I used Fruity Slicer and I used one of my loops in my sample pack. By the way, I'm using my Afro House and Tech Essentials number 3 instead of 4. It's 3. I like this pack as well. It's so amazing. So I'm using number 3 for most of the sounds in this tutorial. So number 1 is Fruity Slicer. I dropped one of the loops, put it in here. It's a full drum loop. So what you do with it, want to get inside the pattern in the piano roll here. You just look for parts where it has sounds that you want, you know, like as you can hear, it's different types of sounds, a kick, a clap, and whatever. So since it's a full drum loop, it's easier to actually create a different type of drum loop because now you have almost every sound that is needed to create a full drum loop. So you're just gonna put them the way you wanna put them. If you wanna put it like a 3-step, you can make it like 3-step, you know. So I did that and the drums sounded like this. So now, the one thing about using slicer sometimes is because it cuts off some things, you know, so there will be like some kind of spaces in between. So what you want to do is make sure that you put maybe a shaker loop just underneath the drum loop. So that's what I did when I added this, and then you have something like this when they are together. As you can hear, now it creates a full loop, which sounds better than it was when it just was 2 cutoffs. It just cut off like there and there. And I feel like the one thing I didn't do as well was deal with the attack a little bit, make sure that the attack goes up a little bit, and so that you don't hear too much cutoffs, but you don't hear how they cut off. They will be there, but you don't hear how they cut off. So now the next thing, I added another shaker loop and you have this. So as you can hear, the shaker loops are very low. The volumes are a little bit low. I was just trying to fill in the spaces, you know, I'm filling up the spaces. I'm not trying to make them shine in this mix. I'm making sure that they're just filling up the spaces in the drums, you know. So, and then you pan them a little bit for that stereo feel, you know. And then the next thing, I added like a tom. This is how the tom looks, and it sounds like that. As you can hear, that's the tom. I wanted something longer as well. Just make sure that it closes the space, you know. It's a bit longer. Now it makes it sound like that thing doesn't have cutoffs, you know. So that's what it is. And then now, so I added a clap. Sounds like this. and I added a snare. And then you have a full drum loop now, which feels so closed up, you know, it has been gelled together. You can also put maybe something that can, like a compressor for everything on the drums. I just didn't do that yet. That compressor would just make sure that they mix up together, you know. It would be dope to use something like that. And then now I added downshifter, this one. And I also added another downshifter, but I reversed it. You can hear the effect of it with the sidechain fill is because I added kickstart onto it. This is kickstart, and it makes it sound like the way it sounds, you know. If I put it here and I do this, you hear what I'm talking about. So if I do this, but if I put in the kickstart again, you can hear the sidechain fill. Right. And that's about it on the drums, right? So we can move into the synth. So the first thing I added was contact, and I wanted a guitar before it too. So this is the guitar, this is how it looks, and then this is how it sounds. And then this is the MIDI. That's the first thing I added. Then I added a string from contact as well. Orchestral strings from factory library, and it sounds like this. Okay, I went to Nexus and I found some brushes. This is a brush that I used. It's called a brush staccato #1 there. And then when it comes in, it sounds like this. Very nice, you know, very easy, very simple. And then I wanted some pizzicatos, so I also went to Nexus again. And here's a pizzicato, and then it sounds like this. And again, you know, I needed something like to fill up some things. You know, I thought, you know what, let me use arcade. Went to distant voices, and I found these voices. And then after this, that's when I was like, you know what? Now I need these brushes from Contact. Session horns. And then what I do with these ones is add some reverb and some delay. And then you hear them and they sound like this. Again, in your production, don't forget to put in an EQ where you cut off some low frequencies at first. You know, it's really important during the mixing process that before you even mix too much, before you feel like this piano maybe misses the mid a little bit, cut off the low frequencies first to make sure that nothing clashes with each other. Most of these sounds, you can leave the bass alone, you know, maybe cut off a little bit of it, but the bass is there to fill up that space, you know. So that's what I do, you know. And then now we go to the bass line. I use Kepler for the bass, and it sounds like this on the song. It's very simple. It's Kepler, bass guitar, and then it sounds dope. And then I think that's about everything that's on the song. So I'm just gonna play the song for you guys so that you can hear how it sounds like. And then I'll see you guys on my next tutorial. Peace. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna play someone from here.